September the 28th.
Just leave it. Thank you. Monday's primary day, Tuesday's primary day.
Tuesdays usually on a Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget this week to vote. 78 Gene Carter from Canton. Roland Wheeler in the 6th from Cranston, Rhode Island, B&C RPM Performance. Don Rhodes from Warwick in car number 23. Richard Blight from Middletown in car number 103. Starting in 12th position, Dave Westgate from Taunton in the 49 car, the Freetown Auto Parts sponsored car. Jimmy Hazard in that number 75, Russ Briggs Automobile. And Brian Maybaum from Bourne in the Altenburg VW car number 88. He'll be starting 14th. Scott Serendinsky from Warwick in the certified automotive car number 22. And starting in 16th position, okay, we have a screw. We have Chuck Ibbotson from Middleborough's the 16th car, starting in 16th. And starting in 17th, George Karofas from Southeastern in the Everett Auto Parts automobile. That's your first heat on the racetrack. Let's see. He's going to wind him, he's going to wind him, and he's going to throw it. We're racing. The first event of the evening is underway. Straight ahead racing, non-stop, right through the night. And J.C. Plessick has the lead as he comes around. J.C. Plessick with the lead. A lot of bumping and grinding going on as the 19 Bush gets handed way up, almost against the wall, backs off and goes back in the line again. Plessick still has the lead. The 72 wants to put a little space. That's Al Clements. He wants to keep that 24 automobile and Chris McGee behind him. And there's some fast cars coming up. Fast cars coming up behind him. They're making it 3 and 4 deep through the turns. Brian Marvin in the 88 is down the inside of that 103 of Richard Blight's. He's got Richard Blight out of there, and he's moving his way on through. As the 72 gets passed by the 116 of Jimmy Sylvia. Jimmy Sylvia going for the lead. Jimmy Sylvia in the 116 trying to take it away from Plessick at the halfway mark. Plessick trying to hold on. Plessick is way out wide, and Sylvia has got his foot in it. Hazard right behind him. Alongside of Hazard is Roland Wheeler's blue number 6. Down the inside goes Hazard. No, as Sylvia closes the door, Sylvia takes all the lead. Look out, that number 6 car of Roland Wheeler is motivating, and he takes over the lead, and Hazard blows his way out to that outside row. Ryan Maybaum in the 88 is now up there in 3rd spot. Hazard, Serendinsky in the 22 with 2 laps to go as the 78 and the 72 go through the infield and back out onto the racetrack. A very fast-moving car number 6, Roland Wheeler. Roland Wheeler in that number 6 has got that thing motivating. Cranston, Rhode Island's Roland Wheeler. Here's Hazard trying for on the outside with 1 lap to go. Gets by Sylvia. Hazard in the 75 gets by Sylvia as Brian Mayburn follows him through. Half a lap to go. Half a lap to go from Roland Wheeler. Jimmy Hazard, Maybaum, and Sylvia side by side as the 24 goes into a long slide, and so does the 106. It's all over. The first heat's all over as Roland Wheeler from Cranston, Rhode Island, the B&C RPM Performance Attleboro Hobby Dickinson sponsored automobile, running very, very strong. As Hazard in the 75, he wanted to get out in the front and stay there, but he never quite could get through all the traffic. Ryan Mayborn running very to be on that one, as the 6 automobile of Roland Wheeler wins that one. Second one has Chris Broderick from Mansfield in car number 89 on the pole with Carl Simmons outside pole in the 102. Mark Sawton in the 104 from Providence. Scott Fanning from Smithfield, Rhode Island. The Snap-on Tools car number 98 is starting in 4th spot. Dave Gould from North Kingstown, Rhode Island in the 55 Ocean State Rhode Island Tire car number 55 with Steve Cole from Coventry in the Kevco Discount Welding car number 42. Jay Steely in the 9 is starting in 6th. Kevin Gubia from Berkeley in the 20 automobile, starting 7th. Starting 8th is Steve Cole from Coventry, car number 42. Tom Kohler from Barrington, the Computel Engineering car number 17. The 63, 89. Bring them down. 89 is Carl Simmons in the 102, gets a good jump on the green. Scott Fanning and Jay Steely. Jay Steely is immediately pouring the gold to him, but he's way out on that third. Gold on that 104. 104 totally out of control. Gets under the 42 who hits the 24 automobile. Now 20, I didn't get the right number. Got him. The car in the middle got totally off the ground there. All 4 wheels. Calmer air at this time of the season. There's a 5th one coming up over the horizon. I'm going to do that. All right. Once again, the 102 of Carl Simmons gets a big jump as the 89 doesn't get going, and neither does the 55. The 55 doesn't get started at all. Dave Gould has problems with the 55 as it just doesn't go. There goes Steely in the 9, again way up high. Steely going on way up high in the 9 cars. The 98 of Scott Fanning trying to hold on to that 2nd spot. Young and Betancourt bombing their way up through the traffic. Jimmy Prue in that red and yellow 63. He wants to stay ahead of the 99 of Young and the 21 of Betancourt. Jay Steely has the lead. As Bob Betancourt working his way by the 17 car of Tommy Kohler. Jay Steely in the 9 car is your lead car. The 102 is Carl Simmons. Then we have the 98 of Scott Fanning. And behind him, we have some charging going on as these fellas are coming in strong. The 63 of Jim Prue, 21 of Bob Betancourt, Tommy Kohler in the 17, and the 99 of Glenn Young. Here's Jay Steely with 2 laps to go. Somebody's going to get a black flag. 98. 98 gets a black flag. I'll try to get your reason. As Jimmy Prue gets in close behind him. 98 gets a black flag the 2nd time around. He may be losing water. He may be thinking water. Half a lap to go for the 9 car of Jay Steely, who's making it look easy. It may be that there's problems with the 98 has slowed everybody else down. Good, the 17 ends up going for a loop. So we had the 102 in the finish, Dave Furtado. So it all was Jay Steely, as Jay Steely did it all, stayed out in front. As we get ready to go with our 3rd Street Division heat, running them right along. Dave Petty Jr. in the 37 automobile from Masonic, the Freetown 57 car. In the Freetown Sand and Gravel, Bobby Dias from Rehoboth in the 33. Consolidated Truck and Equipment is the sponsor of this young 18-year-old driver, car number 33. Matt Dewey from Rehoboth in the 109. Tim Nesbitt from Newport, Rhode Island in the 09 TSR Services. Ed Gannon in the 50. And yeah, we're gonna get it. And it's going with the 57 of Dave Petty. And young Bobby Dias is 33. And they take that green and run with it. 57 a little bit squirrely in that turn. Matt Dewey had to back out of it quickly because the 57, the 53 and the 00 getting tangled up. Gene Weston. Little pushing and shoving match going on there. Hold on, the 33 of Dias is out of control, and the 09 lost out on that one as Dias managed to hold on, but the entire row had to back off. A lot of pushing and shoving. As the 32 is about ready to go to lunch. 32 doing a lot of heavy smoking. The 00 of Gene Weston now, he's going to try to get up around the outside, but he is way out there. As the 09 and the 33 come together, Weston had to back out of it. This is a Weston touches the wall that time. There's Weston and now Dias tangled. Sitting out in front, the safest place to be is Dave Petty. As Dave Petty is sitting out there enjoying himself. Matt Dewey is trying to spoil his day for him in the 09 of Tim Nesbitt. Is coming up behind Dewey. The 53 car of Steve Taylor. Steve Taylor comes in the 09. There's Kohler in the 43. He gets by the 00 of Weston. A lot of swapping going on further back as they're trying to sort out who's going to stay in the right row. They're finding the 33 of Bobby Dias a tough guy to get by, as Bobby uses a lot of racetrack from time to time. With one lap to go, it's the 57 of Petty. It's the 57 of Petty on the pole at the lead, and on the pole at this point in time, the 00 Weston is around backwards. And coming around for the victory flag, it's the 57 with the 109 and the 09 53. Matt Dewey in the 109 finishing in second, the 09 of Tim Nesbitt finishing third. And Dave took the green and kept it all the way. Dave Petty Jr. from Masonic, the Freetown Sand and Gravel automobile. Dave wants to be congratulated. It was a good, safe place to be, out in front of everybody and away from everybody. Okay, now in this fourth heat as we continue to run it, we got Billy Banfield all the way down from Worcester, the ABC Auto Glass car number 61. He'll be on the pole. Nancy Sherman from Lakeville, car number 67, will be outside pole. Frank Kaiser Jr. from North Providence, the Adtech 0, starting third. Jeff Waterman in the 120 automobile. And that car has got a very unusual sound to it. It's a very powerful sounding automobile. Ernie Guglielmo from Wyoming, Rhode Island, in car number 83, American Speedy Printing, starting fifth. Scott Sundin from East Douglas in the Sundin Furniture, car number 82. Tommy Broderick from North Attleboro, the Eagle Claw Construction number 65, and it's Tom Scholler from Pawtucket, Jimmy Holland Motorsports, car number 8. Right now, we're looking to see if we can get a green flag on the start of this one. As the green is out, Billy Banfield and Nancy Sherman. Billy Banfield and Nancy Sherman. Frank Kaiser in the 0. Waterman very quickly makes it. Whoa! Everybody gets 3, 4 deep. Everybody tries for the same hold into that third turn. Look out! That's not exactly the way you're supposed to do it, but they all got through it somehow. But there wasn't too much change in position. Waterman lost out a little bit on that. Now Waterman underneath Sherman and alongside of Kaiser. He's 3 deep. As Waterman wants to get around Kaiser. Now Waterman flies around Banfield. Waterman flies around Banfield in the 120 automobile. And woohoo, is he squirrely. But he takes over the lead. As the 0, Frank Kaiser having problems getting around the corner. Billy Banfield having problems getting off the front fender of the Zero. So we got Nancy Sherman on the outside, Billy Vanville on the inside, and look at the jam up behind them for 4th, 5th, and 6th at halfway mark. As we're going to cut down a tire now on the Zero. It's rubbing a tire. Well, everybody's leaning on it. I think they're tired. They're all looking for a place to lean, and that's what's happening right now in this heat. That everybody's leaning on everybody else. And way out in front, look at that window. I love the sound of that car. Got the 120 driving very, very strong, and nobody is getting by those first three, second, third, and fourth cars. In fact, some of them are getting pushed out of line, the 95 and the 70. Get that 95 going. We got 2 laps remaining, coming around for a white flag, and nobody has broken through the jam between Nancy Sherman, Billy Banfield, and the Zero Frank Kaiser, as they have really, really set up quite a jam up. With 1 lap to go, let's see if anything happens now. Here goes the 96. He's going to try it on beside. Oh, there's Nancy Sherman goes for a ride. Nancy Sherman goes for a ride, and the 01 comes out of it. Johnny McHugh comes out of it, running very, very strong behind the Zero. Frank Kaiser still is in 2nd spot. The 01 of Johnny McHugh finishing in 3rd spot. I believe Billy Banfield finished in 4th. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, qualifies your field for the street division. And now we go with the all-important first sportsman event of the evening, because don't forget, they're going for 50 laps tonight in their feature event. So they're not going to be, they want to be in everything that they can be. Now, let's see, where was that note? Not the heavy birthday. I think when the kid that got hurt. No, what was the kid's name that got hurt? Vanessa. Paul Vanessa. Yeah, that's the 9, right?
Yeah.
Does that have Linwood Cowan in it? Is that right?
No.
Something's wrong here.
John Dulac is in it.
Yeah, no, that's the 09 I've got. I'm sorry. You're right. It's the 09. Yep. With her right, taking the green flag, and Mark LaBounty really pouring it on, trying to stay with him in this very, very red-hot sportsman division.
Hi, Jim. Hi. I gotta have something.
Down the inside goes the 18 of Sylvia, looking for the hole, as Herb Wright trying. Proving to be a difficult man as Mark LaBounty takes over the lead. Here comes Tim Andres from the 22. As Bobby Leclerc's 42 moves up on the outside. So does Hassel in the 11 as Cello, sponsored car number 18, hung up behind the 48, can't break out.
Just waiting to get a confirmation. That's it.
In the lead right now, Mark LaBounty. Mark LaBounty from Norton, Massachusetts is in the lead, being chased by Tim Andres. Mark has that number 55. Hot straight in through right now. Oh, Chad Chase and Ray Brown get tangled up. Look out in that turn, 3 deep now, backing off to 2 deep. These guys are flying in the Sportsman division. Down the inside now, Bobby Pellin Jr. in the 12. Bobby Pellin moves in behind Dave Sylvia's 18. As he wants to move up in there, Hassel has moved across. But they just can't catch that 55 automobile, and the 55, the Able Concrete car, has got it together right now. 42, Bobby Leclerc makes a move, has to back out of it again. Major leader with 2 to go, major leader. 2 to go, Mark LaBounty. Mark LaBounty in that 55 car with 2 laps remaining. Bounty with Tim Andres running second and the 42 of Bobby LeClaire third. Then I think it was the 18 and the 8 of Lynn's Propane. Please come to the base of the tower right away. Lynn Johnson of Lynn's Propane, please come to the base of the tower right away. See the police officer there. That's something they want done right away. Lynn Johnson of Lynn's Propane, please come to the base of the announcer's tower. Now, if you remember, I just went through a lineup, and it was I did a beautiful job. And that was for this race, but I announced it last time. So if you remember what that one was, I don't need to do this one. I better though. Linwood Cowan from Swansea in the 09. Magoni's Restaurant, JJ. Once more we go to the breach. Hey, to the breach again. And Linwood Cowan has it and runs with it. Look at D. Costello around the outside and the back with Hanato right behind him. He wants to stay ahead of Hanato. As that 23 of Kevin Knapp. Kevin Knapp, oh, the 30 cuts off the 33 hard, shuts the door, and takes the key. The 09 in the lead. Linwood Cowan in the lead. Linwood's in the lead in the 09, trying to stretch it away because he knows he's got some very, very fast cars coming up strong behind him. As Kevin Knapp in the 23 and the 10 of Craig Bianca are holding down 1, 2, 3. Then it's Dave Nascimento, the 30 of Pete Vernier. With D. Castell, and look who got underneath Estelle in that turn. Rick Hanato gets under Estelle on the 14. The 23 way out wide. The 23 having lost all of its handles coming out of that turn. Ooh, a lot of pushing and shoving there. For some reason, the 23 was having problems. Let's see if he can get around this time. He's way out wide again. And Greg Bianca doesn't quite know what to do with him. Greg Bianca keeps cutting across in front of the 14 automobile. See what happens this time as Hanato gets under Bianca. Bianca tries to do it again, and no, all of a sudden he sees the back of the 14 as Hanato flies by. They've got him on the outside now as the inner row starts to move very, very quickly up by. Second Sportsman heat now as well, the 10 of Bianca ends up backwards on the racetrack. We'll be going to a yellow. We'll be going to a yellow. Capable of winning at any given time. And green flag. Hanato was carried a little bit wide that time as Hanato wanted to get down in an inside groove. Let's see, he takes over the lead. And the 14, but he's kicking hard in the turn. He's jumping about 1.5 feet, 2 feet, maybe even more, as he comes out of goes into the turn. He's got a little handling problem in the 14. You never know by the way he's driving. He does jump. Rick Hanato in the lead. That 09, Linwood Cowan holding on a second. Dave Nascimento is third. The 23 car of Kevin Knapp is fourth. Coming around for the finish, a familiar sight, the 14, with the 09 finishing in second spot. The car number 14, Rick Hanato from Somerset, Shakespeare's Dance Club, Precision Engines, Martin Contracting, Sassafras Hair Designs, Imperial Glass, Armand Getty, Somerset Sheet Metal, La Cabra and Sowersby, and Corporate Image Apparel all sponsored the 14 automobile of Rick Hanato. The third one now has Todd Henshaw in car number 28. Todd Henshaw from Raynham in the Belvin Service Station Eurotech Auto Body car number 28 to be on the pole. Kevin Mason from West Warwick. The points run through the month of September. We wind them up. We read them. being chased by a very, very fast field of automobiles. Kevin Mason and Mike Silva holding back the Sanford, Bigos, and Alexander trio as they want to come on through. Woo, Sanford almost parks the 71. Had it back out of it quick. As he was concentrating on that 3 wide, and all of a sudden the 71 was in front of him. Look at Alexander continuing 3 wide all the way around. He and Bigos are having a real high time of it right now as Alexander does not want to give up. And the 37, hold on. The 29 and the 37 get tangled up. The 29 is lost some parts. The 71 is on the infield. And the 37. The 29 and the 37 were thank you ma'aming each other. Bonnie looks him over. And the green flag is out with Ray Alexander and Murray quickly jumping out in a 1-2 lead. Brian Souza in the 81. He wants into it there. As Russ Murray losing a large part of the front of that car, Dulac gets nailed from the rear by the 71. At the halfway mark. Halfway mark is Ray Alexander, Murray. And 81, Brian Souza. Sanford, here's the 21 of Corey Boudreau. As the 28 is quit. The 28 quits and carries the 93 right across the infield. It sounded like the 28 went totally out of time as instead of backfiring right off the exhaust pipe. Ray Alexander, Murray, and the 81. Brian Souza. Souza is trying to close in on Murray. Murray with that dangling front bumper. Big piece of fiberglass acting like a sail. It must be slowing him down some. With 2 laps to go, Ray Alexander so far has it his own way. Ray Alexander, white flag. Another half a lap to go. As we continue to qualify for the Sportsman feature event. Ray Alexander, Murray. Brian Souza, Sanford, Boudreau. Motorsports Automobile takes home all the marbles in that one. And we now have qualified a whole slew of Sportsman automobiles. And we get ready to go with the Premier Division, the big ones. The Pro Stocks, and this should be interesting because we'll probably have to, there's so many changes in the Pro Stocks that I can't guarantee anything's going to happen at this point. Okay, they're going to give him a couple of hot laps, but we're going to have to wait for the equipment to get off the racetrack first. Denny Dupuy is in car number 26. That's that red and blue automobile. Alongside of Denny is going to be the 6 of Storm and Norman. Something may be wrong, so he's going to start in the rear. Jimmy McCallum is in the 50. With the green, and again, Storm and Norman Holden has got that number 6 really, really tuned in. And Norm Holden, who's had a horrendous year, is really starting to shine the month of September. The car that is very, very competitive. Oh, we got a jam up. We got the 50, we got the 48, the 17, and the 19, 15, 17, okay. Well, Jimmy McCallum. Retains the lead coming out of the second turn. Moves up ahead of Gomer Taylor. Holden stays ahead of Taylor, keeps his foot in. Lenny Ellis. Wayne Dion moving up. Taylor looks like he wants to come through. Goes into a flat slide, straightens out again. Dion and Dupuy are having a go at it for fourth. Right after the halfway mark. Norm Holden and Gomer Taylor and Lenny Ellis all battling for that number one spot. Holden staying skosh ahead of the Grade number 3. Gomer following, not giving Dion an inside or an outside to move into. Ellis, that is. Holden just for a minute gave that 3 Taylor a little bit of room on the inside, then had a very quickly stubborn stuff. With 2 to go for Norm Holden, Gomer Taylor, Lenny Ellis, Wayne Dion, as they are outdistancing the rest of the field. Norm Holden comes out of the turn, 1 to go. 1 to go, half 1 to go. Holden still not giving any hold on in the backstretch at the 48 and the 18 go down. The 48 and the 18 go down. And the yellow is out. I don't think the checkered came out.
No.
One more time around. Drag race. No. Gomer kicked it off, Norm picked up around it, and Mr. Manfredo said, and it's green. White coming out, 1 more left to go. Lenny Ellis is working. Oh, Gomer has got Norm. Wow. Gomer had Norm up in the air, coming out of the turn, and Gomer takes it away from him. Wins that one on that qualifying event. We're getting ready to go with the next one as how quickly they come. Qualifying for starting positions in the feature, we're going to have Bob Stockel from, now he lives in Wareham. The Casey Petroleum car number 76 will be on the pole. Tony Dias from Riverside will be outside pole. In the Seekonk Foundation Dias Builders Boston Chicken number 22.
2 spots for the 3, Rough Riding.
And the 3 gets sent back 2 spots for Rough Riding.
Yes.
The 3 finishes 3rd instead of 1st for Rough Riding. But I'll bet you Mr. Holden. Realty car number 01, Joey Caravas from Randolph in the 19. That's Consumer Auto Supply Independent Electric Services. 43 is Toco Racing Oil. Sponsored car number 43, that's Carl Medeiros. Starting in the car number 71, Bobby Tripp, that's the old number 11. The 57 is Wayne Newman from Cumberland. Once again. And he's winding. Want to get through. Dias and Martin are blockading the whole boat road, and nobody's getting through right at the moment. Johnny Tripp trying to follow Dias. Dias edges ahead, then Martin picks him up again. Dias a little wide that time. Dias a little wide, but moves ahead of Rick Martin. As Johnny Tripp gets by Martin. Vinny Anarumo right behind Johnny Tripp with the halfway mark. It's the halfway mark as Tony Dias has the lead. Manny Dias is second, Johnny Tripp, and here comes Anarumo. As the 01 of Gamache pulling into the pits. Different car. Seekonk likes that outside groove as he moves up alongside of Tripp. And a moving up alongside of Tripp. Pulls the coal on it. Tripp is holding Anarumo up. With two remaining for Tony Dias in the 22 as he's running away with this one. And the white flag comes out for the Boston Chicken 22 with the 9 of Dias, the Tripp, and Anarumo. Making it look easy is the 22 of Tony Dias. Manny Dias second, Johnny Tripp is third, Vinny Anarumo's fourth, Rick Martin is fifth. Well, we can be assured that he'll pick up another mile or two someplace in the pits right now as he goes back in. As he could not get around Johnny Tripp, Vinny will be squeezing something, bending something, a little more air here, a little more there, and he'll get what he wants out of that automobile. It's a new car to him, relatively. Of course, he knows the car, it's his own car. This is an important one for these cars. This is the Sportsman consolation event, ladies and gentlemen. Last chance for these cars out here to qualify for this consolation event, and it's green. piece of it. Well, out in front is Murray and Hassel and Murray. But then we got Ray Brown, Nick Castell, and the 37 of Kevin Mason. Bernier still has the car number 30 in that 6th spot. As Silva wants to get by him, and so does the 93 of Scott Fornia. They want to qualify. The car is behind the 30. Has to pass him. The 93 trying to get around the outside of Bernier. Number 30 is Greg Bagnell Jr. from Middleborough, and the 5 is Mike Walsh from Westerly. And that's the Rocky DeLissio's number 20, and he's starting number 20. This is the first feature event for the ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. And off they go. Tearing into that first turn, lifting their rear wheels off the ground. A bunch of Dalmatians looking for a hydrant here. Look out, here we go, coming around the corner. We got the 32 backwards, the 82 backwards. A cloud of smoke and a hearty ho, Silver, away. There goes the 82 of Doug Hansen. We've got a long ways to go to get up there, but he can do it. That Volkswagen, that GTI really moves. 55 running really, really strong. The 55 running very strong, well out in front for smoking. Last Tom Paglio. Somebody's getting a black flag, I think. I gotta see if I can pick out who it's gonna be here. It's the 81 for pushing his bumper. Kara Toman, pushing her bumper around. She's got her bumper sticking out. They want her off the racetrack. 55 burning a tire. Tom Paglio. The 42. Stacy Holowak doing a very, very strong job in that yellow number 42. Oh, put that thing back down in line again. As we got another bunch hung up here on the second turn. See if everybody gets out of the, oh yes, they do. And we continue on our merry way. If that tire doesn't let go of Tom Paglio, he's doing a good job. Stacy is right behind him, however, with 2 laps to go. Stacy Holowak, as that tire continues to burn on Tom Paglio's 55 automobile. The win leader is the smoking 55 being challenged by the 42 up against the fence and back down again. And Stacy gets carried real wide trying to get around Tom Paglio. One more lap as Stacy has come in with the Blanchette Boutique, car number 42 going against the 55. What's going to happen is they come into the traffic now on the backstretch. It's Tom Paglio, Stacy Holowak coming down. It's tight across the line, and Tom Paglio wins it with car number 42. Stacy Holowak finishing in second spot. Tom Rhode Island car. Hits our assistant starter. And he takes a quick victory run around here, and we get ready to go with the next run of the ring-a-ding innings.
Eddie LaRue's cousin is here. Hasn't seen Eddie in years and would like to meet him at Johnny Mercury's photo stand.
Eddie LaRue. Eddie LaRue. Your attention, Eddie LaRue. Your cousin heard that you were here, and he hasn't seen you in many, many years. He wants to see you and meet you at Johnny Mercury's photography booth. Something about $10 you borrowed from him about 30 years ago or something, I don't know. Eddie LaRue to the photography booth right down below us here. Your cousin wants to see you. He hasn't seen you in a long time. In 7th spot, it's Mike Holowak in car number 72 with Charlie Jackman in the 43 A&A Auto Parts Lion's Den car. In the 9th position is Tim Fanara from Riverside, Rhode Island. Timmy drives number 03, sponsored by Ed Shapiro Attorney. Richard Duffy from Providence in the City Towing car number 33. That's, of course, a Datsun. You can always tell the City Towing cars. They're all the same color. Jeff Walsh in car number 89 will be starting in 11th position. Brian DeFilly in the 80 from East Providence, starting in 12th. Robbie Rose from Tiverton in the Bennon's VW Service 02, fast automobile. Assurance Auto Sales and Service, Budlong Service. Kevin Flip Casper in the big Ford Taurus. From looking for the green. And we got a green. And they're 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 15 deep down there. They're piling them, they're stacking them. The 03 is bouncing up and down. Around the corner again they come. It looks like the parking lot on the way home, and hold on, the 1 gets tangled up, but he manages to hold on to the lead. As Tiger Perry has the lead, backwards goes Shane Gamboa, and he keeps on spinning. Does he keep it running? The 44 of Shane Gamboa, can he get it? Yeah, he's got it running again. He tears off in there. A lot of smoke going after the lead. It's a long ways to go as he's about to get almost lapped here. Oh, Shane's going to the pits. The 72 has got a flat front, but that doesn't really matter. As Mike Holloway. The 43 just gets underneath Perry and takes over the lead. Charlie Jackman in the 88-43 has taken over the lead. Look at this action behind them for 3rd and 4th. As we got a lot of action now. The 43, the 1, the 05. With, I believe that's 2 to go. Not sure. No, halfway, okay. Here's your leader, the 43 of Jackman. Tiger Perry is 2nd. The 02 of Robbie Rose is coming in strong. 2 more laps to go. 2 more laps to go. 2 more laps to go in this 4-cylinder division. Here comes that big number 88 of Kevin Casper. He wants to get up into this action. Your 1-lap flag will be coming out now for the 43 as the 60, is it? Somebody hit the wall over there. I can't see what it is. The 1-lap flag to go. As the 43, oh, the 43 touches the slower car and he spins it out. He spins it out. Here comes your leader off the turn. Oh, look at his foot. It's Tiger Perry. Tiger Perry getting the surprise of his life as all of a sudden he came off the turn and realized there was nobody in front of him. Robbie Rose finishing in 2nd spot, and I think Kevin Casper was 3rd. And what a surprise that was for Tiger Perry. From Rehoboth, Assurance Auto, Budlong Service, J&D Auto Salvage, and Science Plus as they get the 1 shot around. Are we going to let them get on the racetrack?
Hurry up, Tom! There you go.
happened on the green, and it would have taken out a lot of cars. So that's one of the advantages of hot laps. The other is to get everything. It doesn't exactly fit Bobby. Bobby's working on it right now, trying to get it in place and looking for that green flag. Very tight competition up in the first 6 or 7 cars, and everybody wants to get into the qualifying position. As Dion, with Estelle behind him, is trying to hold off Dave Burke. Jimmy Wilkins and Estelle and Tripp keeping the pressure right on those lead 2 automobiles. Is out for the 01. Gamache spinning out on that between the 3rd and 4th turn. Was acting David is, yeah. All right, the green is ready and playing. Once again, Dave Bergman hangs it tough as he stays alongside of Dio. Freddie Estelle down the inside of that 48. As Dion slid that time and backed off. Halfway coming up. It's halfway coming up as Bergman edges ahead of Dion a little bit. Tripp they're very, very close. The first 5 cars. Bob Stockel holding down that qualifying spot. You think they were racing for a feature as Bergman trying to close, but look at Tripped it down the inside, had to back out of it. Whoa! Bergman continuing to fly. Dio driving straight and true. Bergman using a lot of racetrack, leaving a very tempting hole as the 43 blows all over the racetrack. The 43 blows all over the racetrack. Oh, this one's going to take time. As Kyle Medeiros blows all over the racetrack. Starts with the first turn all the way around with the backstretch. A lot of speed he tried to go out. It looks like we got a green. Jam up with the 57 backwards. Wayne Newman ends up backwards over there on the racetrack. And Fred Estelle gets under Dion. And he takes over 2nd spot, undisputed. Jimmy Wilkins is under him now. But Dion got wide and can't get back out of the groove. And Aromo is going to slide through in the same spot if he can. As we've got ourselves a very, very fast last lap to go. A very, very fast last lap to go. Estelle tries him on for size. And coming out of the turn, it's Dave Bergman, Fred Estelle, Jimmy Wilkins. Dion, Stockel, and McCallum. And filling in for the injured Paul Van Ness in the Shannonaz Lounge, number 9, it's John Dulac. Starting in 18th position, Shakespeare's Dance Club, the leader in point standings from Somerset, Massachusetts. Car number 14, it's Rick Hanito. Now, it's that 09 automobile, Linwood Cowan, and he gets the green flag. Linwood Cowan being challenged by Kevin Knapp as they very, very quickly line up singly up all the way back to 6th, 7th position. Linwood Cowan is setting a very, very fast pace. When you see them single file out, you know that it's a fast one. Sanford, the only one out the outside as he tries to get around the Cello's 18 of Dave Sylvia. Ray Alexander alongside of the 22, Tim Andres. Continue to keep it hot and string them out. As Chad Chase around backwards. Chad Chase around backwards, right on the 4th turn. A bad stop for Chad Chase, right on the 4th turn. A restart to be called down in just a moment. Pace again as Linwood pours it on. Dave Nascimento not being quite as quick to fall in the line and decided to make a move right away and is hanging on. Nascimento in that big sedan. Car number 59. Kevin Knapp sitting in 2nd spot. Nascimento alongside of Knapp. And Mark Labonte in the 55. He's trying to hang on to that 4th spot. Oh, the 21 gets crossed up. 21 gets really crossed up and just about stops running. And he almost took Hanito with him. The 16 of Sanders stays on the outside. He wants to make a move early. Corey Boudreau having a tough luck and pulling into the pits if he can make it. Nascimento and Knapp still battling it out, lap after lap. Nascimento edges ahead of Knapp. Scotch, now he's got almost a full car on him. But Knapp deep into the corner and closes it up again. That's the 22. Oh, we got a jam up right in the front of the pack. A jam up in the front of the pack. A lot of cars are involved. We see Nascimento. We see the 18 over there. Looks like is the 23 involved. He was running in 2nd and 3rd as the lead car. And the green gets going again. And Linwood Cowan again falls on his shoulders. Just set the pace in this 50-lap race. Up along the outside goes Sam. 42. So is Ray Alexander, and they're making it hot for Linwood Cowan right now. As the 16, something went wrong. The 16 blinked, and Sanford went back 5 spaces. He's still falling back, taking that outside row with him. Everybody's getting out of his way. Boom! Hang on. As Johnny Dulac gets pushed out back into shape again. Now he's got it going again. Linwood Cowan continuing to lead. Ray Alexander right on his back bumper. Bobby Leclerc at 42 outside with Hanato right behind him. Murray is up in there. Throw a blanket over the 6 of them. And whoa! Ambulance to the infield! Ambulance to the infield! That's the photographer. That's the photographer.
He got hurt. I don't think he ran over him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Sure he did, yeah.
He hit him.
The number 9 car spinning backwards, and unfortunately the photographer was on top of that mound. Racing. As Linwood Cowan. Murray is up in there. Murray gets under Alexander. Now Alexander to the outside of Cowan. Murray keeps the pressure on Cowan. Here's Hanato moving back up in. As Alexander takes over the lead. Ray Alexander takes over the lead. Hanato is coming in strong. As Cowan having a problem dropping back quickly, now straightening out. As Hanato is moving in on Ray Alexander. Hanato the inside of Alexander. At the 25th lap, Rick Hanato. The Hannibal of Hanato takes over the lead as Murray and Cowan tangle. Murray and Cowan both drop back, and now Cowan goes around in front of Pellin. Cowan gets tangled up with Pellin. First Cowan was tangled up with Murray. Now Cowan is tangled up with Pellin. And the cars are locked together. As something has gone wrong with Steve Sanford 16. He was very fast to start with, and now he has had to go into the pits. On the caution. Let's go green. Running Rick takes over the lead. Ray Alexander is second. It's Hanato Alexander. Leclerc in the 42. And the 81 automobile of Brian Sousa. As they're starting to outdistance the pack. Now Murray breaks through. As Chad Chase is going 3 high. He wants to get in on some of this action. as he's moving up that outside quickly. Did they wait too long? Kind of a rest as Ray Alexander is staying right on Hanniso's back bumper. Leclerc is being given a very bad time by Brian Souza's 81. Souza in the 81 wants to get by that 42 automobile. Is the 14 automobile Rick Hanito. As the 23 gets the black flag. Checking somebody out to see who it is for black flag. They're watching the 22 for something. As the 08 goes into the pits for Rob Murray. 22 and another car gets tangled up, they keep on going. As we got a caution here with Nascimento. Nascimento up on the, between the first and second turns. I think we have 44 down, I'm not sure. We'll be battling. Does Hanito have anything put aside for a rainy day? We'll know right now. Five laps remain. 5 laps remain. As Murray and Leclerc and the 81 of Brian Souza tangle. Like Hanito had a little bit of extra left. White flag coming out for Hanito, Alexander, Leclerc, and Murray. Across the finish line. And a big show for...
All fine. Shutters and everything are working.
Okay, good. I'll see you Monday then.
Okay.
We're going going to bring the Pro Stocks right out for their feature event. As Rick goes around the track and receives his accolade, the Pro Stocks will be coming out with Jimmy Kuhn.
Hurry up! Come on, baby! Nine! Yeah! Second! All right, everybody else, let's go! Hurry up! Come on! Hurry up! Let's go!
Repair from Worcester, Massachusetts, Jimmy McCallum in number 50. And the 15 car bringing up the rear will be David Bedendo in the other Carafas automobile. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your lineup for the Pro Stock feature event. A 35 lap feature event for the Pro Stocks. And we'll see if they were able to repair whatever was. And for the rest of the season. Kuhn was on the ball on that one as he got almost a full car jump on Norm Holden. Holden is very, very fast, but he's wide. As Holden takes over the lead and closes the door on Kuhn, Norm Holden pours it on, and they're using up all the racetrack. They're using up all the racetrack, driving very, very wide all the way around. How close they're coming to the starters stand. You know this dance when they get that car out. They go right up the starters stand. Gets into trouble. All right, we got the green. Holden grabbed a good piece of the green that time. He wasn't to be caught napping. He's setting a fast pace for them. driving out. I think he's got a flat, he's stuck. But he still's got a problem with the 48. I think he lost his steering. And he was able to bring it to a stop before he contacted the wall, but I don't know whether he lost his steering or what, but he obviously couldn't make it down this backstretch. May have a flat. Green we're out. Another fast takeoff as Gomer Taylor and Johnny Tripp have moved up under Q. Taylor looking for a hole under the road. Now Tripp gets by Q. Drops out with the 72. As Norm Holland is doing battle with a very, very dangerous Gomer Taylor. Ray Lee dropping out as Ray was having a good run. Between him and Taylor. As he remembers, Taylor is a tough man on the back bumper. You remember, Gomer gave him a ride in the heat. And they're going to jam up. Yeah. And we got a jam up that's caused everybody to slow down. Gomer his mind and keep on the ball. And at the yellow start, they came around, they were much out of line, and no way, no way. They'll get a warning this time. Green in the hand. And green! Holden a little bit wide, cuts down and puts Johnny Tripp back in line and continues to lead. comfortable position for the 26, as Denny's car is totally steam inside and outside. And now, that time Gomer got on the back of Benny and they broke traction with the white flag out. Wayne Dion has it. And it's Wayne Dion. Bobby Tripp. Car number 99, Wayne Dion. 1982 Pro Stock champion. And a real late bloomer.
Hold this. Let's show somebody else who's going to promote it.
What's that?
But you say that we are going to have the G. Anthony Forgetting Memorial on
Sunday, October 11th, green flag. Scott Fanning trying to keep that 98 going in a straight line as he's out in the lead. Little bit of rocking and rolling going on in the backstretch. As Scott Fanning, here comes that 20. That's Kevin Gouveia. Kevin is now has somebody leaning on him. Kevin's got that 20 rolling pretty good shape. As our straight division ticking them off in this feature event. Scott Fanning, your leader. Scott Sundin, the lad from way out central Massachusetts, he's Douglas, is holding down that second spot. The 47 into a long slide, ends up in the infield, out of harm's way. And back we go. Now, Kevin Gouveia again takes on Sundin. As Scott Fanning with quite a lead. Down the inside goes Gouveia. As he has Sundin now. He outclocks him from the outside to the inside, halfway along. Here's your leader, way out in front, Scott Fanning. Kevin Gouveia, and now the 03. Here's Amasi Harmon making it 3 wide in the 40, trying to get up in there. They got a long way to go to catch the leader. Kevin Gouveia sitting in second spot as your leader. Hoping that there won't be any cautions to interfere with his long, long lead. And now Amasi Harmon is up by Gouveia as your leader starts to get involved with lap cars and has to be very, very careful. Scott Fanning, 98 is your leader. 98 is your leader, 98. 98 coming out of the fourth turn, number 98. Fanning way out in front as it's 3 deep in the turns, and Govia and the old 3 tangle, but they straighten out. We keep on rolling. We keep on rolling. And I believe Hamasi Hammond, now the 45, around backwards. The 45 sitting on the backstretch backwards. As the leader goes by him, everybody else. This is what Scott Fanning feared the most as he head out. With about 2 laps to go, the green comes out. Scott Fanning behind press to keep Hamasi Hammond off his back. As Hamasi's got that 40 flying with 2 laps remaining. Fanning is using it all up right now as Hamasi burns a tire. Hamasi burns a tire, and that costs him some space. Coming by, now the 30 is up to challenge. Fanning's got a half a lap to go. The 30 up around the outside. Out of the turn. It's Fanning. It's Fanning as the 30 carried a little higher than he. Very unhappy having to come up tight against the wall. But this Scott taking his run around. Now we will be keeping him in the infield until after this race, so don't run down yet. He'll be staying in the infield until after this race. The next one, Billy Banfield from Worcester in car number 61, the ABC Auto Glass car, will be on the pole, the BNT Sand and Gravel, Worcester County Air Freight. Dave Petty Jr. from Masonic in car number 57, the Freetown Sand and Gravel sponsored car. Carl Simmons in the 102. Frank Kaiser Jr. from North Providence, the AdTech Zero. Matt Dewey from Rehoboth in the 109 automobile. And starting in 6th position, Jeff Waterman in that 120. Auto Electric, Emerald's Auto Body and Towing, Equipment Collision Motorsports Design car number 21. Jimmy Hazard from Coventry and Russ Sprague's car number 75. Brian Maybaum from Bourne in the Altenburg VW Taunton, Zeke's Custom Auto in Dayton, Bugsy Stevens Freetown Auto, CJ Racing number 88 automobile. Junior's Auto Supply in Mansfield is the sponsor of Glenn Young, car number 99, also sponsored by Advanced Engine Rebuilding, Auto Graveyard, and Billy D. Fireball, Glenn Young. Starting in 17th position, Scott Serendinsky from Warwick, Rhode Island, Certified Automotive in Warwick, Situate, Napa, Dickinson's Auto Repair, Pax Shops Candy Service car number 22. Jason Steele in that beautiful number 9, that yellow number 9 automobile, be 18th. Young Bobby Dias from Rehoboth, the 18-year-old, sponsored by Consolidated Truck and Equipment in Rehoboth, Hornbein Construction, and Reed's Junkyard, sponsored the 33 Bobby Dias. Or we all drop from exhaustion, one or the other. Look out, here comes the green. Dave Petty Jr. has got a lot of it. Here comes Waterman making it 3 deep around the outside in that number 120 automobile. So if Waterman would relax and wait for things to settle down, he could get to the front much faster. No, he has to. He has to. Jimmy Prue. And Jimmy Prue ended up in the 53. Watch the first turn. Watch the first turn for Wheel. Wheel coming up to the second turn. All right. Back to... And we're looking for the green. A little bit of pushing and shoving up in that head of the class. As the 57 of Dave Perry again takes the lead. Dave Petty in the lead. may go to lunch. Looks like it's getting ready to go. Flag. He doesn't want that thing to throw oil all over the front of that pack. Which it will if it lets go. Woo! Young is in a slide. He straightens it out. Matt Dewey now takes over the lead as your leader gets black flag for it. Getting ready to smoke up an engine. A lot of roughing going on out there now. Whoa! The 116 on the inside of Dewey at the halfway mark. Jimmy Sylvia taking over the lead. As Waterman comes sliding up through, Sylvia and Dewey go at it. Now Waterman and Dewey go at it. Oh, Waterman gets tangled up with the 116, and the 116 rides it out. The 01 is locked. The 01 locks up with Roland Wheeler. Now they separate. Got it in cold water. And the 01 is stuck on the racetrack. John McHugh.
So close to winning.
There's the green.
He's having a lousy year. You're kidding. Nobody's done
As Waterman has the lead.
I never hear him anymore. I thought he was gone.
Saradinsky in the 22 is moving up through the traffic. A lot of pushing there in that fourth turn. Look out! The 09 and whoa!
Oh my God.
As they continue going around together, if they both steer the same way, they may make it. No, he threw him up against the wall and said, okay, I'm getting out of here. And away we go. Nice. With 2 laps remaining, it's Jeff Waterman. And 2 laps remaining for Matt Dewey. And the 19 automobile. Bobby Bush. Bobby Bush is coming on strong in that yellow and red 19, but I think time is running out. As Waterman continues his way around. Out of the turn, it's Waterman, Dewey, Bush, Saradinsky, and the 25 of Dean Pont as they cross the line backwards. Fellas, and gave us a little bit of a show. Your winner is car number 120, Jeff Waterman. Very, very fast.
Come on, Jay, get in there. Let's go. Hurry up. Get him up there.
Hold it right there again. Hold it.
One alone. One alone.
One alone. Back up. Let him get one alone.
There you go. Let's go. Hurry up. Come on, you want to bring that picture? want a picture? They're both on a film. Oh, sure!